We are, sorry about the fingers there, we're live from one of my new favourite fishing spots. Just get my phone ready here. This has fast become one of the better spots for pike fishing. And we've had a bit of a sou'wester today. So there's been a bit of breeze coming in towards here. So I'm hoping there'll be some pike heavy in here. I was going to be taking the kayak out today, but the wind kind of picked up a little bit this afternoon, and I was worried about my audio on the phone. When it gets super windy, the phone just picks up everything super hard. So hence why I'm land-based today. When it gets like a real flat calm, I want to get down to the north. We'll get up to the north end of the lake because there's some huge reeds up there, and I know there's some big pike hiding up there. So that'll be a challenge. We'll do another day, unfortunately, but for now, we're down at the little spot and we've got some topwater action today. I went and bought some lures that I'm going to try. I'd got some advice from some people. Oh, I just got spiked. I've got to have one loose. I got some advice from people from my last video. Look at that. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. But so we got this topwater, like walk the dog style. It's a Zara Spook. It's probably on the cheaper end. It was only like $7, but I like the color behind it. It's got a little bit of red up the front here too. So that's the first one. And then we got Spin Rocket. I had to look up how to use this guy. It's got 3 sets of hooks, and it's got like these plastic blades, and you cast out and then you quick, like full quick rip, and they'll spin up and create like a big bubble set. And then we got the good old Chopo, the old El Chopo, which I've never really seen them, like to buy them. And I went into Home Hardware in Brandon and they were on sale, so I bought one. But I probably should have bought 3 or 4, but the missus was there with me, so that was a bit of an issue. So I couldn't just go and buy like 6 of them like I wanted to. This is the 3.5, well, yeah, almost 3.5 inch, but it's got like the bluegill color, but it's very, very similar to the perch that we have in this lake. So yeah, we're gonna do some topwater chasing here for some pike. That's what we're mainly after, and if we get a walleye, a bit of stokage. But I'm kind of undecided which rod I want to go with first, as I deal with the tangler already. It didn't take long. There we go. So I have, if you've been watching it all, I've got the Scatter Wrap by Rapala. And then I've just gone like a light weedless 5-inch Crush City. So I'm thinking since it's a little bit breezy, we'll start with the Crush City. And we'll leave this other rod just here ready to rock and roll. So let's go in for a look. I've got my pliers ready to rock and roll. It's a little bit, there we go, now she's focused. But I'm going to see how this casts to start with. Green, nice paddle tail. I wanted to be kind of weedless because there is a bit of a weed line out here. I don't know, 10, 15 meters out, which is a little bit of annoying, but on that inside, that's where the pike have been hitting. So we could almost get a fish straight away here. So we'll go with the cast straight out here. How's it going, guys? Thanks for joining. I didn't see the comments there. I was too busy explaining. Raina Mickey Romero Torres, how you doing? And what's the other name there? Sarah, welcome. Only no Espanol. Yeah, English only. Rude, Ben, rude. So this is a buoyant Crush City. So it will be on the surface. Swims pretty good. I haven't yet used the buoyant. It sounds like there's like something in the reeds behind me here. I haven't really used the buoyant too much on a weightless kind of jig head, so we'll see how that goes. I'm sure it'll go well. Dean, how you doing, mate? Welcome. But I'm hoping we can get 1 or 2 pike here as the sun goes down. Like, look how beautiful this little setting is, eh? Dope. But it's yeah, we've got like probably two and a bit hours till sunset. So we'll be changing a few jigs up, trying a few different things, and maybe this jig here might be a bit better for later on in the day. I do have a bit more confidence in that scatter bait from Rapala. I have been nailing the fish on that. But Shags V8, how you doing, brother? I am from South Australia, from a little town on the west coast called Ceduna. That's where I would call home. I grew up on the Eyre Peninsula, but I find myself here in Manitoba, Canada right now. Got my life set up pretty well here. And yeah, we're fishing for some pike here today. I think we can probably get some kind of topwater strikes here. But that sun is like kind of a little bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. Right in the way. Can't really see what's going on. But yeah, it would have been nice out in the kayak today, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I was just a bit worried. I've got a microphone, but I haven't quite figured out how to hook it up to the phone. I've tried a few times, it hasn't quite worked. But yeah, maybe that would be another mission on a real calm night. We'll go down to the north end here and there's like a huge amount of these sorts of reeds down there, eh? So there has to be some pike just cruising along the flats down there. Oh, Shags, you're from Adelaide. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in Adelaide. I probably spent, I don't know, 7, 8 years living there. Lived in a few spots, but yeah, I'm a South Australian boy through and through. Disappointed the Crows lost, but they'll beat the Hawks. Whereabouts in Adelaide are you from, boss? Okay, I'm gonna have to slow retrieve this thing. It doesn't quite feel right. It's like upside down for some reason, the lure. I don't know why it's doing that. The Roaring Piker, welcome. Welcome everyone. Woodville, nice. Yeah, that's crazy. I lived at, I think it was Ferryden Park there for a bit. Gillis Plains were the main 2 spots. Oh, this does better like, actually not even jerking it. Yeah, I think this is just going to be a slow retrieve sort of style. Let's go this way. Yeah, no, Woodville, not bad. West Lakes. I used to play lawn bowls back home in Oz, so I've done a fair bit of cruising around Adelaide. Well, this isn't like very promising yet, everyone. It's been a little slow. That bait actually looks really sick. That's like a really cool topwater bait. It's got like enough buoyancy to keep that hook nice and proud in the water there. Maybe I'll just slow my retrieve down a bit. But I'm feeling like the fish will come a bit later on in the day here. I did hit it probably 3 or 4 days ago and I caught 4 or 5 pike just in here. So maybe it's still recovering, but I'm thinking there should be pike coming through as the day goes on here. What are you doing, Adelaide, boss, besides just ripping your V8 around? Okay. Well, I feel like we probably should have hooked a fish already. So I'm going to switch this out. Maybe it's just not quite the right profile and maybe not enough vibration. It is quite murky, this water. So we'll go to the Fenwick and we'll put on the scatter app and we'll give that a crack, eh? If we have no luck with that, we might have to do the unthinkable and move location. It might be all about location, location, location. But this one's gonna be hard for you guys to see. I'm gonna bomb this one straight out. Just adjust my drag here. We've got the Fenwick HMG inshore, which is a medium light, 6 to 12 pound lure weight, and I think I've got 12 pound braid on it. 12 or 14, I can't remember. But yeah, I'm gonna bomb this straight out here. Yep. One thing about this scatter app that I wasn't really expecting is that they cast really well. And I'm just going to slow retrieve it because there is a bit of weed right here. Oh, there we go. Hit. Oh, I don't know if I lost him. Yep. That was crazy. Oh, it might have been weed. Oh, that felt actually like a fish, so that was that weed I was telling you about. Oh yeah, I sure did play with Deets. Many a times. I've had many a drinking sessions with him too. Yeah, Deets is a good man. I played like a bit of like my development bowl stuff with him back in the day. But because I'm in Canada, I don't get really to play bowls anymore. This thing's kind of swimming weird. I'm going to bring it in. See what's going on. Just a bit of weight on it. That sun is brutal, eh? It's like right in my eye line. But this thing's been getting hammered. You can kind of see it's got a lot of war wounds already. I've probably caught 10 fish on it. Got absolutely nailed by a walleye, 20-inch walleye, a couple of days ago. That was so cool. Such a sick strike. But yeah, as soon as that sun goes down here, I reckon we'll start to fire up a bit here. We might even be, oh, that was a hit, guys. Might even be a chance of a walleye here tonight, which would be super sick. There's also some weed in here. Going to be interested to try these other topwater lures. I want to do that walk the dog for sure. The one that pricked me there. That's going to be fun. Oh, it's just weed. Maybe I'm just retrieving a little bit too quick. I didn't get like many weed. I didn't get much weed last time, so. Gotta take my sunnies off so I can read the chat. So, how do you know Sam? Old Sammy boy. When I was playing, he used to play out at Henley. I'm pretty sure. That was pretty crazy, eh? It's so weird that you're watching it and I'm like an Aussie, but I'm currently in Manitoba, Canada, and we're like from the same, we probably live like 2 or 3 kilometers away. That's cool. That's what it's all about, mate. Well, when you see Sammy, say hello for me. I know he's got right into his fishing. And actually, that's right, that reminds me, he bought my, he actually bought my old tackle bag off my dad. And I told Dad, I'm like, there's a bottom compartment in that bloody bag and it's full of mono. I need you to see if there's like, how much is in there so I know how to give Sammy a good price or whatever. No, there isn't any. And then Sammy bought it, ripped the bottom open and was like, oh mate, thanks heaps for all that mono, because it was like, I sold the bag for like $100 and the stuff in the bottom of it was worth probably 200. So I was like, oh yeah, thanks Dad, I just took like a huge L on that. But Sammy got a good deal, I bet you. Oh, there you go. That's awesome. Yeah, no, he's a good lad. All right, well, it's slow here right now. I'm gonna slow down my retrieve here. Oh, nice. Yeah, I seen he was fishing Henley Beach and Semaphore and that for sharks and rays, so that's awesome. They had some good 50-pound stuff in there anyway. I'm more of a 20-pound guy now, to be honest with you. So I really use even here in Canada. Yeah, getting a bit of weed here, guys. I had a few options to go to a few different places today and I chose here, and I'm wondering if it might have been a dodgy decision. At least it's bloody absolutely ripper out though, eh? I'm wondering if the breeze, because it's been a southwest today, maybe it's lifted some of those weeds up, where it's been kind of more a northerly for the last probably 4 or 5 days that I've been fishing. So I'm wondering if that is maybe affecting the spot here a bit. Oh, weed on us here, I think. So look at that. That's way too much weed, bro. I could put the Chopo on, but it might be a little bit breezy still. But catching a pike on that is going to be sick. Let's go straight down the line here. Oh, something just come flying out from behind me here. I don't know if that was a fish or what. You see that? Maybe I'll bring this in here. Could have been a big pike maybe. Just coming in to say hello. Scared the absolute crap out of me. Wasn't a fan of that. Weed. I told you this spot's pikey. It's got a bit of pikeage about it. Now the biggest pike I've caught out of here isn't really that big. It was probably about a 34, 35 incher. Like it's a decent sized pike, but it's not like huge. Oh, there's heaps of little fish in. There's heaps of little fish in here. That's a good sign. Little minnows in around my feet here. So we've got a bit of bloody line wrap on this rod. It's just a common thing I get with this rod for some reason. There we go. But that's a good sign. I reckon that's probably what that fish come in, seen some minnows and just nailed it right there. Maybe I'll just do a little small cast here. Sorry I can't kind of read your comments so much right now. The sun is just beating straight in my eye line. I think we're a chance of a good pike here today. I'd love to beat a 35. I think as the sun starts to go down here, we'll find one or two good fish here. But my biggest pike that I've caught was about a 42 incher or 43 incher, I'm not sure. Actually, I think it was 43, and I've probably done myself in out of a few inches out. Like if I'd done a real good proper measure, probably would have got a bit more, but I would give that to you in centimeters, but everybody uses inches here and I'm just not quite super good with my conversion. God, that fish scared the crap out of me, eh? Like a little bit of gunner come out. Gunner is Aboriginal word for poop. But that wind's starting to drop off here. Just beautifully. It often does. Like you'll get in South Australia where I'm from, you'll get like a sea breeze that will come in the afternoon. But this time of year I've found that the breeze actually dies off here in Manitoba, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, mate, no crocs here today. The only crocs I've got to worry about is hopefully the ones biting this lure. And welcome from Indonesia, not far from Australia. Okay, I went super slow retrieve there. I didn't get any weeds, so that's nice. Put in a bit of a longer cast here. How nice did that one sound, guys? That was like a professional. Just gonna slow roll this one back. I do love having a smaller size reel for this sort of fishing because it allows you to keep the bait in moving, but like at a slower retrieval rate. So having a 1000 size reel, which is quite a small reel. Okay, that's not a fish. See, there's those weeds. So there's just a little bit of a weed hang up there, but I've been getting hit straight up like this side of it. So just gonna slow roll this. I got a really sick topwater strike in this spot the other day, right there. Thing hammered it. It was the biggest pike of the day too. It was pretty awesome. Okay, I'm gonna maybe just take a few more steps out. I've got to be careful because it drops off here pretty quick and it's quite silty. I'm gonna go right down along this weed edge here and see if we can pull something out of there. Cheers, Shags. Thanks for joining us, and don't forget to say hello to Sammy for us if you see him. Big fella. Oh, that felt like a hit. Could be weeds though. I think it's quite shallow in there. Yeah, a little bit of weedy. Maybe that might be more Chopo style in there. If I got like one really sick topwater strike today, that'd be a win. Oh no, I thought that was a fish following it, but no, I've got 3 kilos of weed on it. Okay, Might just go a little bit wider than that. I just love the castability of this lure. It's like it's called a scatter wrap, but it's very similar to a square bill. They're good for shallow water, top water sort of style. You know, it only goes, depending on how fast you retrieve, it only, you know, goes a foot or two under the water on a medium retrieve, and you might be able to get it to 3 or 4 feet on a fast retrieve. But if you're super slow retrieve like I am now, it will only go 6 inches and float. It floats as well. It's made of balsa. Rapala's mainly balsa, so getting a top water strike should be quite easy. But I'm actually finding that quite ideal now, fishing this sort of lake. I've never really used a top water lure. I'm more of a soft plastic, sort of a rascal. Yeah, a bit of weed there. So finding these has been, and changing my mindset when it comes to shallow water fishing has been quite beneficial. Come on, pike, where are you? Okay, nothing there. Let's try this way. Martin, welcome. Welcome to everybody that's on here. Hope you can stick around and I can land a fish for you guys. Like, you can't get any better. You could not ask for a better day than what we've got right now. Now that the wind's dropped out, I'm like a bit disappointed I'm not in the kayak, but I've got a big couple days coming up. I'm starting a new job tomorrow, so I didn't want to get home too late. But we've probably got another 2 hours of fishing here at least before the mosquitoes come in and try and suck all of my blood. Oh, weed. This one's just like stuck on it, mate. I'm gonna take a step back, it's sinking there a bit. Okay, let's go towards the sun here. If you've been out fishing, drop a comment below what you've been catching. I'm always curious if you're from the States or Asia, Australia. Let me know. Okay, I think it might be time to try a different lure. Just keep getting weed, which is fine, but don't seem to be catching much either. I really don't want to move spots. This spot's a little bit tucked away and I'd have to get in the car and take 5 minutes to drive somewhere else. So I think we'll just persist and we'll just try a few different lures here. You see, that's all weed out there. I can feel it on the lure. The other good thing about this lure is if you want to get it low, you can keep your rod tip right down, and if you want to keep it higher in the water column, you just keep your rod tip up. So you can see that's why my rod's as is right now. I I think we've got some weed on it. I can't feel the vibration. Yeah. So the one good thing about it is if you can't feel vibration, you've probably got some weed on it. So it's nice to know, because sometimes you can be pulling something in, you don't even know you got weed on it. Okay, let's go along out here, eh? See if we can't find something. I am curious about maybe walking out. If I keep getting weed there, maybe it's a little bit shallower in there and it's just a little bit of an inlet here. See, I'm hardly reeling that and I'm in weed. Tip's not super high, but right, that's the spot right there where they should hit. No bueno. Oh, it's got weight on it. Okay. Well, hang around for a second. I'm going to go and change my rod, and we'll change bait. We'll put the old Chopo on. Well, you can see little minnows in here. I bet that's what that splash was earlier. Big pike just sitting there. I'll put this guy down for a bit. Or maybe we'll do. We won't even go the El Chopo. Das, how you doing, brother? So we're doing some cavvy style, mate. We got some walk the dog old beast, the old original Hedon Zara spook. And we're going to try walking the dog for the first time. Well, it's a ½ ounce, so it's probably a bit too big for my other rod. So we'll tie it on this bad boy. The old morning, the weedless. This looked okay, but didn't quite swim right. I don't know what's going on there, so we'll tie this on. That's why you come out and experiment and try all these different things with different lures. But mate, these hooks are just sticky. Just getting spiked from bloody everywhere, mate. But I would normally do a different knot, but I haven't quite been perfecting it, the old lefty loop, so I'm just going to do the old dirty old fisherman knot. I'm sure that will do for today. But she's an absolute corker here today. I am nervous. I haven't had a hit yet though. Like, I think I had a hit, but could have been weed as well. So we'll just tie that on. This is a $7 lure, so if I lose it, oh well. We're not all like some people that are on this stream that can afford $50 lures. Let's get back out there. Let's have a quick look, see how this thing looks on the water. I don't know if you guys can see that there. Oh yeah, she floats real good. I've never done the walk the dog style. It's very nuanced. So that kind of what the walk the dog means is it just goes side to side. Just kind of, you know, covers a bit of water, you know, side to side like this far. So we'll give it a crack. And we should hopefully not get any weeds. So maybe I'll bomb it down this weed line. Watch me get it right in the reeds first cast and it will go missing. And we'll see if we can... Oh, actually cast not bad. Bit of a bomber, but she cast all right. Oh, that's so sick. Oh, I can see it go side to side so well. I'm gonna have to have my rod tip up. Oh, that's dope. I'm gonna get the fuck. Oh, there! Oh, full bang top water straight away. I just missed it. Oh no, that was so sick. I think that's gonna be the hardest part, is making sure I get the hook set. Okay, that was so cool, guys. First cast, had a little pike, try and nail it. They are some pretty decent hooks. Do we have any teeth marks? No teeth marks yet. All right, let's go again. That thing was so sick. I get so excited about fishing, okay? So excuse my enthusiasm. It kind of doesn't cast that well. I'm gonna go aggressive on it. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was sick. Oh my God, the pike was fully launched out the whole way. Oh, I'm having a blast, guys. I've got to work on my technique though. Damn, that was a decent pike too. I think it's going to be quite hard to hook them, but if there's a big one, it will. I'm going to have to just keep an eye on my mono here, because it's probably likely to get chewed up a little bit. All right, let's go again in that spot. I don't use swivels, mate. No more swivels anymore. I'm a double uni to uni guy. This thing casts pretty good. Yeah, I'm impressed. For $7, I'll have to try and find some more. And it tends to go side to side better from a distance. Well, you can kind of slow it down though. Maybe I'm going a little bit fast. You see these guys like Cavi and Briggsy, they do it so well. But I'm doing not bad for a first timer here. You know? Oh, I've got to get that fish. I wish I had my GoPro on and I had like 4K, I could zoom right in on that. That might be a future video. I'll just go a little bit wider here. Oh, it's heaps easier to do from the side like this. Oh, there we go. Got one. Oh, got off, guys. Oh, and now I can't see my, there it is. Oh, I had him on there for a second. I bet that fish has had 3 goes at a day. Something not right here. I think I might have some weed on there. Oh no. Oh, that was so fun. Oh, I might become like a topwater guy. Just a topwater junkie. I'm gonna have to find some more of these, even though like they've got like a funny sort of style. It doesn't have like the split swivel at the back. It's just got like a different sort of mechanism to hold the hook, which I've never seen before. Just got a couple of screws. I mean, you could probably pop one of those screws out and put smaller trebles in, which would probably be better than a splitty. So maybe I might have to just put some smaller ones on, but when I see that, oh, there's a beaver, bro. Don't tell me I've hooked that beaver. Old Justin Beaver over here. Big one too. But this thing casts just as good as the scatter, which I'm super happy about. All right, let's go again. Sorry, I just got a message. I was just checking my phone there. All right, that's about the honey hole right there. Oh, top water for pike is going to be addictive. Be a problem. Goodbye, family. I do love you guys. Okay, I think I'm maybe retrieving a little bit quick here. I can't see if my rod's in focus or anything right now. I'm just kind of going blind because that sun's right in my eyes. All right. Oh, a bit wide there, kind of took its own path. Leanne, welcome. Surely that pike's still here somewhere. Dude, that was actually a pretty decent sized pike. I had him there for a second. They do have super hard mouths, so I think when it comes to this topwater stuff, which I haven't done a lot of, I'm gonna have to either get my size right with the topwater lure or really hook set. This is probably a little bit too big, really. If it was like an inch smaller, it would probably be ideal, but let's try a cast this way, eh? So I'm throwing, it's called a heat on. I'll bring it in. It says on the bottom here, but it's like a topwater walk the dog style, goes side to side. And first 3 casts I had 3 pike and try and nail it, which I thought that's what it'd be good for. That's why I bought it. I'll bring it in and show you quickly. It's called the original Heat On Zara Spook. That's what we're throwing. We probably should have had one fish there. There was one opportunity that I really should have done the whole hook set thing, but like I said, I'm only very new to the walk the dog style here. It's all learning, but I feel like it's got big pike written all over it in this shallow water. Okay, it's not really doing what I want. That's better. I think you got to kind of let it almost stop when it goes from side to side before you. Quick retrieve here, but this is a pikey spot right here. Could get hit right here too. Nope. No dice. Let's go long down the line again. Oh, in the weeds, not good. Oh, saved it. There's a bit of weed there. I might be able to bounce it over it. Oh, I'm a professional. Look at that. Could get hit right on this point here. This would be so sick on like a big, like a 40-inch pike, 41-inch pike. I'll have to get up to Lake of the Prairies where you can catch some big ones. They'll start to get pretty active soon here. But yeah, it's actually really good for this rod. It's like perfect casting right now. We're right in the spot where we had those couple of hits. He might not want to have another go because he's probably hit it 3 times, that fish, and the 3rd time I did sting him a bit, so maybe he's gone like, nah, I'm good, I don't want any more of that smoke. Let's go a little bit wider here. Thin cast actually pretty sick because it's quite heavy. It's a 1/2 ounce. Probably give this another 4 or 5 casts. If we don't have any luck, we'll We'll try something else. Maybe we'll see, why is it? Oh, maybe I'm just retrieving a bit quick there. We'll maybe put the Chopo on. That sun's starting to go down here nicely. Let's go out here. I don't think I've put one out there before. Oh, oh man. I don't know if that's a beaver or the pike. It's like 3 times. I bet they're pike. I don't exactly know how deep I'm casting out into here. This thing does cast a fair way. Big admiration for like Cavi and Briggsy and that for throwing big walk the dog styles. That'd be so bloody painful on the body after half a day. I reckon that was a pike there. I don't think that was a beaver. I don't think it was Justin. Yeah, I've got a, it's essentially a whopper plopper here. It's the Berkeley version. It's called the Chopo. But actually having a bit of fun with this thing. It's pretty cool. Let's go one more out here. So I've had all my hits. Thinking maybe I'm like out in the water too deep here. Maybe I should be fishing from shore. Yeah, I think I've got to work on my action here a bit. That's a bit better. It's actually a timing thing. It's quite, probably take me 2 or 3 sessions to really get it down. There's a fish jumped out over here. Let's take another step and maybe we'll cast along this weed edge here. There we go. It is quite shallow up there. I walked it the other day. There's a bird chirping and I'm like tweaking it to its tune. That's kind of cool. Oh, he stopped. Yeah, starting to get the hang of it here, guys. I've got to admit I have been a bit guilty of just doing the same style of fishing a lot, so to be trying something new like this is actually pretty exciting. Just kind of addicted to the old soft plastic. All right, let's go straight out here. I think I'm probably going to have to, if I'm going to use a whopper plopper, I'm going to have to tie it onto this one here, this rod, just because it's got a bit more backbone than the other one. Put my sunnies back on, can't see. Yeah, you've almost got to like pull and wind at the same time, like little jolt, and then take a half a reel of line, and it's a synchronized thing. Damn, I'm spewing. I missed those couple of hits out here. It's definitely a rhythm thing. I think with the whopper plopper it'll be fun because you don't have to, you just got to slow retrieve. But I kind of like this walk the dog style. Okay, well, we had some luck there, but bad fishing, bad angling, and we didn't get a hook up. True, yeah, that's probably a good point. Pause might be good. But I'm going to put the Chopo on, and we'll give that a go. Big fan of that though. For like a 7 lure it was. Like, it's pretty sick. I think it'd be good for bass. Not that we have a whole lot around here. And it'd probably be good for early season walleye as well, or super late season walleye in the shallows. But this is what we're going to be using. It's like a bluegill, almost whopper popper style. Never really used these guys before. I've seen plenty on them. I like the size of it. It's not as big as that last one, but yeah, they're not cheap. This one was 15 bucks, which isn't like super expensive, but it is if a pike nails it and then it's gone. Different if you're fishing for bass. Sorry guys, I'm just doing me knot here. I've done that without even using my mouth. I normally use my mouth to do these knots, so I use my teeth to hold. I use my teeth to bite the end off as well. Alright, let's go give this a crack. Yeah, I think that I would. We've got a few bass lakes up here, but they're like 3 or 4 hours away from where I am, so. Okay, let's give the Chopo a crack. I'm not going to call it a whopper plopper because it's Chopo from Berkeley, so. But let's go out here and have a look. Probably doesn't cast as well as the other one. Oh, there we go. I could have your rod tip higher. Okay, let's have my rod tip a little bit low. Oh, that's so sick. How cool is that noise? Whoever invented the whopper plopper was a genius. That's pretty cool. Rod tip higher. If you've got any advice on the workings of these, I'm down to listen, just because I've never used them before. I generally don't look up too much stuff before I go fishing. I just kind of buy it and then see how we go after. God, that pike has to be there still, doesn't he? Got to get one in the net for yous. Got to get one at least. Oh, there we go. That was sick. That was so sick. Oh my gosh. My heart just like jumped out of my chest. Oh, no. No. Did you guys see that? That was epic. Oh no. I need to watch that again when I get home. How did that come off? Holy, that was crazy. It's got no teeth marks, so he must have just nailed that back end. Pretty sure that was a pike. If that was anything but a pike, I'd be surprised, but I mean, a walleye could probably do that. Whew! That was insane. That was so sick. Right at my feet. Oh my gosh. That would have been cool to see in 4K as well. I've had some chances here, but I'd almost rather see those sort of strikes and miss the fish than not see them at all, to be honest with you. It gets your like heart really pumping, eh? Thanks, brother. Yeah, she was I get a bit, I'm not gonna lie, I get a bit fired up when I catch fish, eh? Like, it's been so fun this summer. Like, yeah, I've tried the YouTube thing, doing videos and, you know, editing and stuff for hours and hours and hours, and it just takes up way too much time with a small family. So doing this live streaming and learning this lake a bit more has just been such a fun experience. And the only reason I'm fishing this lake so much is because it's the only one that's really got good cell service. So for me to go live, I really need to fish my hometown, which I haven't fished for like 4 years. Like, I never fished this lake. I just dismissed it as, you know, a bit of arrogance of not actually trying to learn the lake a bit more. And the more I'm coming out here and the more I'm learning, and I am having a blast. Man, that thing launched so good. Just gonna maybe slow the retrieve down as I get closer to shore here. I really don't want him to bite so close to shore. It's such a tough spot, because he was running me straight into those reeds, like, and then he must have just turned. I think that's maybe one thing I've noticed with these topwater guys that use them pretty often is they'll do like that secondary hook set afterwards. And now I see why. I think it's kind of important. I'm gonna have to do that. Oh, oh! Did you guys see that? Because I was checking my views. Sorry, not my views, my comments. I was just checking my comments. Come back, but there he is. Oh! Mate, it's hard to hook these bloody fish on the topwater. There. At least you guys are having a bit of fun, eh? Getting to see a few things. This is better than having a jerk bait down there, getting like hooked on weeds all the time, eh? Okay, so let's go slow. Hit me, come on. Okay, oh, just got a mosquito on the back of my head. Sorry, I'm just trying to get to my comments here. Give me a second. So go, yeah, okay, I'll try holding it down as I reel. We'll give that a crack. All right, let's go along again. There seems to be like the little spot here, which is funny because I was catching them all just here the other day, like right here. There we go. Decent one, guys. Decent one. Really decent. I'm gonna have to be careful over this weed edge here. There's weeds right there. I don't want to have to walk out through. The old Sienna. Oh yeah, I've pulled him through the weeds. Maybe he's not that big, but got a ton of weight on it. Finally got a fish on the top water. Yeah, I kind of side hooked him, weed sort of style. See, it's only a small guy. Woo! That was fun. There we go, we got one, guys. He's actually nailed that right in the side of his gob there, eh? You can see it. Just gonna take my pliers and we'll try and do a bit of quick surgery here. Hit that subscribe for a fish, guys. I think you got a bit of value for money there today. Just try not to get in his eye here. He's nailed that, choked that right in the side. Oh God, okay. This is a disaster. There we go. Got that done. Sorry about that. I'll quickly show him off. Only a small guy, but he's quite fat. Beautiful little sunset Manitoba walleye. Hit that like, guys. Let's send him off. There he goes. That was fun. Oh, gonna be a proper topwater addict now. Calm nights, I'm down here. Alrighty, let's get casting again. Just got some weight on my uni to uni here. Oh, it's all tangled. But yeah, it's a little bit in that spot there, but if I keep my rod tip high when I hook on, should help. And he nailed that right at the back, that back hook. That's the lead is good. So what I've learned in this lake, sorry, my line fell down there. We'll try and give you guys a better view. What I've learned fishing this lake with any sort of rig or jig, you've got to go big for these pike. You've got to go 20-pound leader at a minimum. I mean, you could fish a wire trace, which would be fine. Yeah, so you got to kind of get your rod, you got to get your line out of the water when you retrieve with the top water. Then it makes the action work better. But yeah, you could use like a wire trace, but I kind of found that wire trace is fine, but you don't get as many hits. I've found. I don't know why that is. I'd say that guy would have been like him. He wasn't the biggest pike I've caught in this spot, but probably, I don't know, late 20s, 20 inches, late 20s. Let's go out here and have a look. So what I'm finding is when you first cast the Chopo, is you need to kind of pop it to get it going and then wind. I'm going to do a little pause. And when you get a little bit closer, you can kind of pause a bit more. And then wind, because then it will make that a proper technique there. We could get hit right here, I reckon. by the end of the night, I feel like we're going to get one right super close here. All right, let's go a bit shallower here. Try again. There's a nice bit of floating reed right out there, so I'm just like casting either side of it right now. Yeah, so you got to get. There we go. Oh, we've got a bit of weight on it. We'll have to bring it in. Yeah, man, I can imagine catching a 40-incher on this. It would destroy it, bro. I bet you would get a few destroyed like these. They've got like a fin that rotates. I bet you they get destroyed hard. For sure, if you get like big fish constantly. We'll twist that. Cheers, Darce. That was sick. I've had a few good strikes here. That's what it's all about. Uh-oh, that's not a good sign. You hear that bird? Oh, is that a hit? Oh, that was me. That bird in the background's a Canada goose, and when they come in, winter's coming. That strike that just happened here, oh my gosh. Imagine that on like 120 frames per second, like 4K, you could zoom right in on that. That would just be so cool to see in slow-mo. Yeah, so I'm finding if you do cast a little bit too far with this, is you can't get that propeller going, but you can almost use it like a topwater plug until it gets going, right? Give it a few bits of movement. Okay, let's try a cast over here, eh? See if we can't see if there's something out here, just lurking the flats. She's really calmed off out here. Be perfect in the kayak right now. Get up. Yeah, if I put my rod tip down low, it doesn't quite vibrate as well. It's like the front of the lure's got to be up and out of the water almost. So if I had like a longer rod, I would probably be quite helpful. So I'm just gonna, I know it's not nice for you guys to see as much, but I'm just gonna keep my rod tip high. There has to be a pike in along there. Looks so pikey. Could be a little bit shallow there maybe. We'll bomb one out wide here. Well, we got one pike. The other day I was here, I caught 4 or 5, but I didn't get any. I got one topwater strike, but we've got like 3 or 4 wicked topwater strikes. You could almost set up a GoPro like with a tripod here and just keep casting the same spot and just wait. You probably would be able to get one if you took it off extra wide and put it on like the linear view or the narrow. Put it in 4K or 5.3, you'd be able to get a good topwater strike for sure. I'm going to slow my in this spot here. This is where I caught them all the other day. Get a little pop every now and then. Come on, there has to be a big pike in there. Now I do have one more I want to try here tonight, the rocket something, rocket ship or something, I forgot what it was called, the lure. But I think that will work well too. I'll show you guys in a minute. I actually just love that noise. It's like therapeutic. Therapeutal. Come on. Marek, I'm getting there, brother. Caught a couple a bit earlier. Well, I hooked a few earlier. I caught one. But I feel like we're a chance as this sun goes down on this beautiful hill here. I think we're a chance. A little bit more ambush. The mosquitoes are out and about, which is annoying. Let's go a little bit tighter. I'm just going to move over a bit here and see if we can run one past this reed on the left there. I'm going to have to find some other spots on the lake that are super shallow. If I had my time again, I probably would have bought 2 Chopos and buying the rocket spin or whatever it's called. I just can't wait for that sun to go down behind that bloody hill there. I'm just blinded. It's just that in between kind of sunlight here. Thinking about putting that stick bait on again. Love to get one walking the dog. I feel like one thing I've found just fishing in general is like if you do use the same thing for a little bit too often, like you won't get as many hits. I even get it with different colors, like using soft plastic. So sometimes just switching it up and you'll get a result straight away. Like often first or second cast, you'll get a hit. Try a few pauses here. I have been guilty of doing the same thing a bit too often, so I like doing the same retrieve. Nacho Pancake, welcome. Love the name. Okay. Most of my luck has come from this side here. Oh, I just seen a fish jumping out the back there. I mean, I could explore another spot, but then the time I pack up and get moving, there's some minnows. You start to see now there's some minnows starting to move on the water here. And there's a little bit of bug action, so I'm wondering if we might start to see a bit more action here, guys. But yeah, if I went exploring another spot right now, I'd lose most of my valuable casting time, so I think we'll just stay here and hopefully we can get one more for you, but I actually got to thank a subscriber. He's like, bro, you got to be fishing topwater. I'm like, I don't fish in topwater. And I had the scatter shad, which was sick, fishing like semi-top, and then I went and bought 3 topwater lures like that, like 2 days later, and yeah, I've definitely had more fun with that. And this is that time of year, the pike are going to start trying to fatten up here. Oh, pike jumped right over there. All right, we're going to go long cast. Long cast. Wish I had the walk the dog. I could make that a lot easier, I think. Right, let's go this way, guys. Take a few steps, see what's going on over here. Gotta be careful, there's a few rocks. Oops. See if I can make this cast, eh? I've got a good 30-40 metre cast here. Oh, I went sideways. Too bad. You can still get that effect with the slack line in the water, but it's just not as prevalent as if you get that front end of that Berkeley Chopo up. I'm finding. Oh, how sick would it be for a surface strike along this little section, little bay here. Let's see what we can do. Go long. I know it's pretty shallow here. It's pretty hard for you guys to see, but we'll try our best. The other thing that I've tried and I cannot figure out is I want to be able to get my bug. I would love to be able to get my camera while I'm doing a live on the wide angle, like a 0.5 if you're using a Samsung. It's on one. Oh, was that something falling there? Maybe my imagination. Which is fine, but it's kind of zoomed in. If I could get it out a bit wider, you'd be able to see heaps more. Like you'd be able to see my rod and me retrieving, but I haven't been able to figure that out. So if anyone's got any little tips or tricks on that, I'd muchly use them. Old Canada's gooses here, wherever they are. Oh no, cormorants, not even Canada's gooses. Look at that sunset, guys. you know if you can go live with them? There's a fish out there. Because if you can go live with them, I'll buy one tomorrow. I hope Madge isn't watching. My partner. The only other thing I thought about is if I had Starlink and I could hook my GoPro up to it. But I don't want to pay $600-700 for the mini and then 90 bucks a month for something I would use semi-regularly, but I've got a baby on the way, so won't be that often this year anyway. There's fish still out there where I just cast. Rick, welcome. Thanks for the information, Justin. I'm just hoping for another big blow up on this thing. I'm going to cast in towards the reeds here. And I'm probably going to have to go and put some more bug spray on. But I'm going to quickly fan cast this reed section, and if we have no luck, we'll try a different bait, eh? We'll put on the rocket spin. Mosquito heaven right now. Oh, I didn't know GoPro made a 360. That's kind of cool. I'll go long here. I'm wondering if the scatter bait might be a good option here. I know I love the action of the Chopo, but is that a boat or a chainsaw? I'll have to have a look. Because I could probably go live if I could hotspot. If I could hotspot the. Well, like there was something over here. If I could hotspot my GoPro, but I don't think I can hotspot my GoPro vertical, which is why what I'm doing is I'm loving doing these vertical lives. So that'd be making it a little bit difficult. GoPro Max, oh yeah. Yeah, I do know which ones you're talking about. Yeah, so I'm a bit of a conundrum. I really want to get like a wider view because I can show you it, like when I look back it looks fine, but you do miss out on a fair bit of stuff. But hey, this is working for now, so I appreciate you guys being here. We're still looking for another topwater strike here. I have peppered this spot a fair bit, so I'm thinking maybe I'm a bit out of luck here for now. Oh, maybe that was me. See, the water's actually quite a little bit dirty right now. Maybe they may be just a little bit away from the top water, so I might go grab quickly and give myself a little bit of a shot of bug spray, and we'll try the Rapala again quickly, see if we can't get a nice one. The old scatter shad. Doom, welcome brother. We're in Minnedosa, Manitoba. And we're on Lake Manitoba, part of the Little Saskatchewan River system. Okay, We're going to try the scatter shad for a bit here. Drag's a little tight. So I've been having fun with the Chopo, being able to just, oh, we've got a bird's nest here, guys. Oh, fixed her up. I've been having fun with the Chopo, just top water, bringing that across. So I'm going to have to change my retrieve here a touch. Super slow retrieve because it is a bit weedy, and I'm probably going to get some weeds along the way. I feel like it's our best option to catch a fish here right now. Island Lake Lodge, whereabouts is that to, boss? Yeah, there's those weeds I was telling you about. Holla. Welcome, Elizabeth. Thanks for joining us here today. We've got a short cast here. I feel like this scatterbait, I'm not going to really fish it too much. I almost want to put that floating stick bait back on here. Look at that, you can see a fish fart out here right now. Oh, nice. You think I would know that being in Manitoba, wouldn't you? And you come from Cali, that's pretty cool. What do you normally catch up there? Lake trout, walleye, probably pike, burbot. And do you ice fish? Is that when you come up? Okay. I think if I put, I'm considering about putting the floating stick bait on this rod, just to see if it could handle it. It is a pretty light rod for that sort of thing, but it might work all right. Paddle tails, you're talking about the fish with like the big bill, like the billfish, whatever they are? Because if you're thinking them, no, we don't have those. Probably our biggest thing would be lake trout, pike, walleye. Got some good trout fishing like rainbow and brown. Actually, we've got some world-class brown trout here. That's not working. Tap. I'm gonna go quickly tie on that top water plug. An old stick bait. It's actually a little bit murky here. I think maybe we've had a bit too much breeze on this point. And I'm thinking that's maybe why I'm not catching as many fish today as I have in the past. But we'll put this guy on. June, yeah, June's the best time to be up here, that's for sure. Big June time fisherman. May, like super late May. Good as well after the spawn for walleye. Five of diamonds. That's one thing I haven't used. But yeah, a lot of people swear by the spoons up here. A lot of the old school fishermen use. I'm not a spoon hound myself, I'm more of a soft plastic guy, but maybe I'll give it a go. What's your biggest walleye you caught up there? There we go. So if you weren't here earlier, I was throwing this guy around. Original heat on Zara Spook. She's got a few teeth marks. It got hit the first three or four casts I had with it. And I had a decent fish on it, but it didn't quite It didn't quite stick, unfortunately. Super close here too, it was sick. It was a really cool topwater effort. But look at it. I'm gonna have to take a second to sink in this view, guys. I knew it was gonna flatten off, but I didn't think it was gonna flatten off this well. Look at that, that's just gorgeous. Oh, there's fish here, mate. It's not as hot as it was the other day. It doesn't quite cast as well with this rod, actually. Oh, that's so much better for the walk the dog style, though. Oh, that feels so much better. Doesn't feel like I'm using a broomstick. Yeah, it's not a super productive lake, I'm not gonna lie. This is my hometown lake. It's just the lake that I've been trying to learn a bit more. If you get, 3 or 4 is a good day. But I've only been down here for a couple of hours. I think this smaller reel might be a problem for this though. But I did fish this spot the other day and I caught 4 or 5 within an hour pike. But I'd love to get a pike on a topwater. Sorry, a walleye. That'd be the goat. That'd be so sick. But there's pike in here. I've had some really cool topwater strikes here today. But thanks for the comment though. I'm all about it. Yeah, I've got to get this on the other rod. It's not quite working on this rod, unfortunately. Cast a bit better. You can see there's those fish popping right there. That's where I think I should be catching pike, but this rod's just a little bit too light for this application, for this lure. It'd probably be alright for the Chopo, but this is so much nicer, getting a bit of more walk the dog with this rod. But I think, like I said, the one thing against me is maybe it's a little bit murkier here for some reason. I think the wind was a southwest all day, so it would have been just copping it all day. And one thing I found with the walleye and pike is they actually, in this lake, they like the clearer water. I've come down a few times when it's been a bit murkier and had no fish at all, so. But I still feel like there's a good pike in here for us yet. Archer, welcome. I don't know if you guys can hear that noise, but those cormorants are making an absolute racket up there. Well, let's go to the weed line here again. Thanks for hanging with us here for the day, Justin. Big shout out to you. You must be waiting for that next fish. It's not not really coming too quickly. Yeah, I should have tied this on the other rod. I don't think my reel's quite right for it. It's not quite retrieving enough on the retrieval. I'm not even going to worry about tying anything else on. I'm just going to go back to the Chopo. Oh, you can see a few little teeth marks there, guys, right on top. Let's go again. Has to be another fish in here somewhere. Archer, welcome, brother. Come on, topwater hot, topwater right there. That looks so sick. Bubble right there. Yeah, I'll be casting close to the edge. I've done probably 3/4 of my casting to the edge here. It's quite a shallow little weed bank here, so they can be out a bit deeper along here instead of the edges, but I will be. I've done a lot of casting there. Might just give it a little break. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit disappointed. I thought the way it was fired up here the other day that we may have got a few more fish than we have. We're still a chance of a good one here. I do have another spot that I could try, but the problem I have doing that is I lose when you go do it like a move like that. I know it's not your guys' problem, but you lose all your viewers because you're driving like for 10 minutes. And yeah, I don't want to do that. I've got you guys watching right now and I don't want to go down to like 10 viewers. So I want to try and catch you guys a fish here. But maybe next time when I'm out, we'll try a different spot. Or maybe I'll fish this when it's had a nor'easter for a day or two, because yeah, it's quite a bit murky here than it was the other day. Like I could see the water, like through the water really well. Seeing a few things over here. How sick was that topwater? Topwater strike super close. I don't know if the camera like got it fully, but I was like kind of moving as it happened because like my eyes lit up, like looked like this little torpedo coming straight at me. It was super sick. I think I'm going to become a topwater guy really quick here. And it's topwater season right now. Oh, let's go down the line here. Going to slow down the retrieve a bit here. Do you think it was a pike? I'm pretty sure it was a pike. Just shouldered up. Fish out there, just where I was casting. Almost a little bit out of depth, too far away. I'm gonna go burn one real fast here. See if we can't get something. That's the only thing I haven't really done is a real fast retrieve. Churgy. Have to be a New Zealander, bro. Have to be. Or Churgy. Technically, that's what your name is. But I'm a big fan of ghee. I'm all over it. Love it. Use it for all my cooking. I'm sure you probably don't, but I'm all about it. We are in Manitoba, Minnedosa, and we're throwing a Chopo, which is a topwater lure, very similar to the Whopper Plopper. Berkeley's version. And we're looking to chase a few pike. We've been here for a couple of hours, and we've caught one, but we've had some sick topwater strikes right here. So yeah, I'm still kind of hanging hope we can still get another pike here. Probably another half an hour or so, but it has slowed down compared to what it has been earlier. Kind of landlocked here. I can't really move too far. I mean, I could walk along these reeds and see how deep they are, and I could maybe walk up to that point there. Maybe we'll go and have a look there and we'll cast our way up, but if it's too deep, I'm not gonna worry about it. I don't wanna really be swimming this late if we can help it. But if it's shallow enough, maybe we'll walk around. Yeah, no, that drops right off there. It's actually quite deep here. Oh, okay. That's crazy, I'm getting topwater strikes. Like I went straight up to like my groin. I'm 6'4", so she's quite deep there and it stinks. I can kind of see why those pike were sitting in here a little bit deeper. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a kind of a different sort of lake. It's not the deepest lake going around here. So this north end of this whole lake is super shallow. You know, you're looking 5 foot max. So I normally use jerk baits and soft plastics. Has been my go-to for a long time. But I had a subscriber called Philip hit me up the other day and say, "Oh bro, you got to get some topwater and fish that." So I bought some topwater and yeah, it's been fun. Like I haven't been that excited fishing in a long time. I had a few really good strikes. If you want it, you can like go back probably an hour and check it out, but it is kind of hard to find stuff from earlier. But yeah, we had a few really cool strikes on this Chopo. An umbrella rig, I've never heard of it. I'll have to look that up. What are pinks? Oh, I thought that was a truck. I'm kind of fishing in a spot that I'm in a campground, which isn't really full right now. So I'm like, well, is someone come on to see what's going on here? Oh, fish right there. I think he was turning back this way towards the reeds. That was a pike for sure. I've seen his top fin. Yeah, not gonna lie, I'd love to get a pike, sorry, a walleye on the topwater. I hooked one on the scatter wrap the other day, which was maybe only like a foot or two below the surface, and I was probably fishing 6 foot of water, and this thing was only a 20-inch walleye, but I've actually found the walleye in this system are like super healthy. Like they're probably like a quarter fatter than any other system in Manitoba I've fished. And it just hammered it. I'm like, oh my God, like started just stripping line straight away. So that scatter wrap was pretty good the other day, fishing here. Rapala. I was just getting hit after hit after hit. I caught like 3 fish in a row, like just fishing right there. But like I said earlier, I think maybe I've either outfished it or it's a bit murky here right now. Alabama rig. I've heard of that one. I'm a big fan of, I don't know if you've ever seen a Texas eye rig or jig. They've got like a weighted front body with like a weedless hook on the back. Big fan of those. Thought I heard someone behind me. Well, do you know what I'm thinking about? Maybe doing the thing I said I wasn't going to do for the last few seconds here. Maybe I will move. We can head, maybe it's just kind of around this point here. If you guys want to hang on a second. And there's like a little jetty, we call them back home. And it's a little bit shallower up there, and just we'll fish a little bit of different water and just see if we can finish off the night with a fish here. I'm just not feeling super comfortable catching a fish here right now. Well, not comfortable, but confident is probably more the word. Okay, this will be the last cast here, and we'll jump in the blue Sunfire of Doom. I mean, I could walk down there, but it's a bit of a walk. We've got to have one more cast this way for good luck. Yeah, maybe a bit of new ground wouldn't hurt. I still think there's fish here right now. They're just not quite jiving with this. They've probably seen it 1,000 times already. I've put a few casts in. But hang with me, guys. I've just got to get my gear in the Sunfire here and get... Oh, there is people here. Wait, oh, there's some of this in. Old purple bag's good for carrying stuff. Excuse the squeak. I've got a good leak in the right boot of the waders. Here she is. Old beast, mate. More keys. I'll quickly put this in and we'll quickly run upstream here. See, I still got all my stuff for the kayak. I was really planning on getting out in the yak today, but just things didn't go that way. The wind was quite heavy here today, and the daughter of mine, who is related to me, didn't want to sleep at all, which is so weird because I love sleeping more than any other person I know. So it kind of took a bit of the time away of getting ready, but we've got just a few 100-metre drive up here. And we'll try that with the Chopo. And if we have no luck with that, we'll see. Might actually be able to go to a second spot quickly. And I know there's pike there and it's super shallow, like it's the most shallowest spot. And this Chopo would just absolutely rip, tear and bust there, I'm pretty sure. All right, so we're right here. Oh my God, it's absolutely gorgeous out here right now. Pop the boot. Up we'll go, give it a crack. Someone's smoking weed around here, it smells pretty good. I'll take it just in case. So it's quite shallow. What have we got going on here? Come on, there we go. Along here. Let's go up on the, I can probably hit every cast here anyway. Let's go on the Dock of Doom. She's seen better days. Actually, the water's a bit clearer here. It's interesting. Just gonna leave this guy here. And we'll throw the Chopo again. But like we've been doing, I'm going to cast to the edges here. Thanks for hanging around, guys. Might be a bit too deep there, actually, guys. Going towards these reeds. Maybe I might go up near that kayak and cast along that reed edge there. Man, I'm not going to lie, it is nice standing on solid ground though. Come on, pikey. Hey brother, thanks for the comment. We are in Minnedosa, Manitoba, which is in Canada. It is. We've been getting some real glass evenings here, more than usual, but it was pretty windy here most of the day, blowing straight southwest across here. I was going to take the kayak out, but yeah, it was a bit windy when I was deciding to go, so we come land-based instead. We're looking for a pike or two. We've hooked one. We've got some sweet topwater chasers, which we're like so sick to see. But the last probably hour's been a little tough here, I'm not gonna lie. She's really locked down a bit. Do I want to? Yeah, I'm just debating if I want to go over these rocks again. Marina, welcome. I wonder if we get, what do you think guys, we'll go walk on these rocks here, and I wonder if it shallows out around that corner. I think it probably does, but I'm gonna go, we'll go up here first. You can see that kayak slash boat, whatever that is, and we'll cast out along that reed edge there. I have caught a fish from here, so it's not like there isn't any fish in this spot. But I think it's probably just a little bit deeper here. This used to be the old, I'm pretty sure this used to be the old boat launch, so there's a little bit more depth here. How sick is this boat, bro? I think this is what they call like a dragon boat. You often see like 30 women in this just yelling and screaming, paddle each, just giving her. It's kind of cool to see them. Oh, the water's heaps clearer here. Yeah, bro, the Aura boat is right. Need that little, I think, is it Indonesia they do it, or Philippines? Oh, dude, a strike right there would be so sick right now. Come on. I'm gonna have to come back again and try this. Try and get some sweet topwater strikes. It is still kind of early in the, like, I'd say fall's almost here. Like the trees are starting to turn. We kind of got our first kind of frost here last night. Oh, same one. So as fall tends to go on, the pike will get more aggressive because the water temperature has been quite high in this lake. It's been like high 70s, so it'd be probably about 70 now. Like it's probably cooler out than it is in right now. Oh, no, I got it. I'll try to jump over it. I didn't get it. Man, I would have thought that we would have got hits there. Maybe there's not as much weed there. Okay, let's go up to this corner here. We'll walk along. We'll go up around this corner and see if we can't find something there. give that a few casts. I feel like this would have walleye in it super late at night, this spot. Does have a walleye vibe to it. Just that kind of broken bottom, sandy area where they would probably come in looking for a quick minnow. Topwater walleye would be mental. Not gonna lie, I didn't bring a soft plastic, but I think if I had like a chartreuse 5-inch Z-Man in here right now, you'd probably pick up a walleye. That's just my feeling. I might have to come and fish this spot for ice fishing. There's a lot of weed in this lake, and this is a real good weedless spot. Watch me spook a pike here. It's actually super clear. That's so weird that the other spot was so dirty. Oh, there's so many mosquitoes here. Oh, there's like a little rock edge, guys. It's probably going to drop off pretty quick here. Oh, did I just see a fish? Might have been my imagination. Okay, let's pop a few down here. Legitimately sounds like a boat going right now, but it's not. Huh. Come on. I'm feeling you, man. That's a dam, a big rock wall dam. I did think about maybe going and trying that sometime. The water's pretty low right now, so like for like half of it's probably in like 4 foot of water, so you'd probably get pike patrolling that pretty hard right now. But yeah, it's been a quiet night. The afternoon was a whole lot better. Like earlier, as soon as I got here, I got a few good strikes, but I'm not gonna lie, I have kind of noticed that the pike do tend to slow down a little bit as night goes on, but then you're a chance of a walleye at this time of night. One more cast long, and maybe, well, we've probably still got another half an hour of light. I'm gonna go to the next spot and we'll put on the scatter wrap again. And we'll see if we can't get ourselves like a bit of a late night walleye, because they hit so hard, and I think we're a chance. And I can throw this too. There's like a real super shallow bay that we're a chance to catch maybe even a bloody walleye on this top water. So I know I've made you guys hang around for a bit, but just if you want to keep watching, just hang around a bit longer and we'll quickly head over there. That's probably like a 2 or 3 minute drive, not long. It's almost like walking in the ocean, it's that clear here. Doesn't mean there's fish, I suppose. we have to just go a little bit inland here to get back around. They've closed these gates that they're normally open for some reason. So we'll quickly head over there. And hopefully I can get an eye for you guys. I think I'm going to put the scatter wrap on. And the walleye. I don't know what it is with this lake. I think it's, these are all my opinions, like no science base at all. But I think there's so much like forage in this lake that I think they just fatten right up. I really do. We'll quickly head off. Did I leave my keys? No. Keys are in my pocket. We're good. But yeah, if I had my time again, I would have come down a bit earlier in the day. Probably. And fished that spot a bit more. They seemed like they were a bit more on earlier in the day. But yeah, this is like the campground that I'm fishing, so I don't think there's anyone here kind of patrolling what's going on, so I've been lucky to have been able to get into that spot. But I recently put back shocks on the old Sunfire here, and it is, oh my god, the difference. I've been driving this thing with like busted shocks for like a year. The roads in Manitoba are generally very bad, but it's like, it's a breath of fresh air, mate. I can hit like the train line at 50 and not even feel anything, where before I'd be hitting the train line and ba-boom, ba-boom, so bloody loud. But, oh shit, speed bump. See, back shocks, no noise. She's a different world, mate. Yeah, the other side of the dam, there's a river that comes down. I'll show you when I get down here. And that thing holds and stacks a lot of walleye. But you're not really supposed to fish there because there's a fish ladder there. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I have fished there pretty well. I've made some videos down there actually, if you want to go back. And I think it was like a catch and cook I did down there, but there was some huge walleye in there. But what they did too early this year is they drained it way too early, and it's been pretty dead. The lake, like literally the river, sorry, it's normally 4 or 5 foot deep, and it was down to like 1-2 foot in some spots. So they kind of really stuffed it / killed it, in my opinion. But they do say they do tend to let the water out because it's more of a water management spot than it is like a fishery spot, if that makes sense. So they're just worried about the river flooding, because we have had houses flood in this town. Like my first year here, it flooded. But we'll get, it's like still a bit early for that walleye. Last time I caught it, probably another 10-15 minutes, but we'll bring these rods out. And I'm hooked. I knew I was going to get hooked on the Chopo. Oh no, and that guy's hooked too. Okay, perfect. Just what I need when you're in a hurry, eh? Oh, they're hooked in the same spot. Lucky I'm barbless there. You've got to be barbless in Manitoba, so that didn't help me losing fish there earlier. There we go. Okay, so while I'm here, I'm just going to put that scatter wrap on, walk the dog style off. Thanks for hanging around, guys. I know it's a bit of stuffing around, but we're a chance still. Big chance. I didn't even get the spin rocket out today. Just don't think it was the right application. quickly. We've had a bit of rain lately, so there has been a bit more water coming out of that spillway, which is good. D, brother. Ever since, this is perfect timing, ever since you told me how to fish this lure, the Scatter app, I dominated. I hooked like 9 a couple days ago on it. Just low and slow, easy retrieve, 1000 size reel. She's been dynamite, so I'm actually tying it back on because I've been trying a few different spots here. And we've come back to the old faithful looking for a walleye late. That night you left, I hooked a 20-inch walleye on the Scatter app, so big shout out for you for telling me the way to do it, because I was a little bit aggressive at you there when you were telling me how to retrieve it properly. So thanks for the advice, mate. I'm learning you got to take advice from people watching fishing, because sometimes I know more than you do, which can't be that hard. I'm not a bloody professional. That's going to pull through. Okay, we'll retie that. Don't know why that pulled through. Lucky I'm not in a hurry or anything, eh? But also don't want to lose this lure. It's been sick. We've probably got, oh, there's some fish. You can see some fish farts out there right now, guys. Oh mate, she's an absolute ripper sunset, eh? Let's quickly tie this on. Yeah, bro, super stoked. I appreciate the tips. I'm glad I listened to you. You must know what you're doing. Have you been fishing? What have you been catching? Oh my god, this is like the worst attempt at a bloody knot I've ever done. I swear. I've tied knots before, okay guys, I swear. There we go. Got him. Got him. Alrighty. Gee, that's going to be fine. Alright, let's go. Should we go the El Chopo or the Scatter first? I'm thinking the Scatter. So the walleye I caught was just right tight to these weeds here. It's like 5 or 6 foot deep. This is a boat launch. I know it's a little bit hard to see right now, but just hang with me. We'll get a couple casts right in here. Loosen that drag a touch. Okay. I know she's a little bit ugly to see through the screen right now, but we're definitely a chance of a fish here. Weed. It's not what I wanted to first cast. Means I'm in the zone though. In the zone. It's starting to cool off down here. I'm a little bit fresh. I didn't bring a hoodie. Colder than a witch's tit. Okay, a few quick pumps to get it down low, and then just a slow retrieve as DED told me. Keep your rod tip down to get it a bit lower. Come on, walleye. Oh, weed. Oh, the mosquitoes are thick, guys. Okay, there is another little hole here. As you can see, I've put a bit of work into this lake. I know where every little hole is in these few spots. Definitely a chance of a pike or a walleye right near. Okay, that's good to know. It's not much of a rocky, well, I mean, there's a whole rock wall there, but it's not a super rocky area. It's more of a mud, sort of prairie vibe. Something's drawing me back to over here. Kevin, surely it's not hard for you to get up here now. I'm sure you can just become a citizen. I have. She's a beauty spot, mate, that's for sure. It's definitely worse places to live. It does get cold up here though. I don't know if you've been here in the winter. Minus 45 isn't out the realm of possibility. And I can tell you it's hard to fish that temperature. One or two more casts here with the scatter app, and then I'll have to call her a night, boys. Streams doesn't look very good, lost all focus. She's not enjoying that at all. But this is prime time walleye bite. Maybe I need to get a light for this thing. But I'm gonna throw the whopper plopper quickly. And we'll see if we can't hook something right over here on the Chopo. This is where the pike do like to tend to hang out, but I think it's getting a bit too late in the day. I honestly feel like you could get a walleye in this section. There actually hasn't been too many fish even launching themselves. Often at night when you're casting, you'll see fish, pike and walleye actually coming up, well mainly pike, but there's not much of that really happening right now. Miami fishing and diving. Welcome, brother. I shouldn't assume everyone's a guy. It's probably not a good idea of me. Maybe I've just fished this lake a little bit too hard and the fish are just super wary. I've been down here, I don't know, 20 or 30 times this summer, and it does get hit pretty hard by other people too, so. El Chopo will not catch El nothing. All right, I'm gonna go with the scatter quickly along these reeds. Try and keep you guys in the focus so you can actually see what's going on. A few more casts and then it's time to go home. Hey brother, we're searching for walleye and pike right now. It's been a bit of a quiet day, but we did catch one pike, and we got some pretty sick surface strikes earlier in the video on a walk the dog style and a chopo, is it called a chopo? Yeah, a chopo by Berkeley, which is a topwater. But what I'm fishing for right now is maybe a walleye in shallow. I have found they do tend to come in a little bit shallow as the night goes on here. Last kind of ditch effort, but if you guys want some more content, that I'll probably putting a little bit more out. This week's going to be nice weather, so I might be able to get out a bit more. Yeah, so subscribe, and we'll get some more fishing in here for sure. It is kind of the first day of a change as well. We had a lot of northerly winds the last couple of days, and today was our first southerly, so maybe the fish are a little bit locked down with the change, but I think there's a lot of sou'westers coming, so they should turn on a little bit here in the next couple of days. I'm in Manitoba, Canada. That's where I'm at. Sorry guys, she's not really focusing in. Got to keep that camera a bit higher for you. But yeah, it's finally starting to cool down. We had our first night of frost here last night. Had to cover the plants. But yeah, I'm just in a t-shirt and my waders and I'm freezing. It's so cold right now. Oh, nice. I'm in a little town called Minnedosa. That's my hometown. So I've been doing a few more live streams because I don't mind making videos and editing and stuff. Like I'll probably do that ice fishing more, but it becomes a bit too much sometimes. So I've just been doing some live streams lately and I've been loving it. So, but I've only been able to fish the old hometown that really has any cell service. A lot of the good lakes up here have no cell service, so I don't quite have the sheets to be able to afford Starlink. A little bit expensive right now for me, but a little Starlink mini would be sick to be able to just go to these lakes, especially ice fishing. Oh, that was a hit. Maybe not, might be a weed. Yeah, we've got some -40 coming for sure. Not looking forward to it. Too cold. Oh, got hit, guys. No, got nailed. Oh, that could have been that walleye I was telling you about. Oh, I'm all wrapped up. I've been having a few issues keeping fish hooked. Definitely got hit. Let's go in there again. Ugh. Oh yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why I stayed in Canada, because I love my ice fishing. I like to camp out on the ice and cook and catch walleye. It's my favourite pastime, but damn, I'm spewing, I'll miss that fish. Bugger. Could have been a squirrely pike, but the way it hit, definitely felt walleye-ish. But I'm going to be doing some live streaming from this lake now that I've kind of knuckled it down a little bit. I'm probably thinking putting the ice shack in here early, because this does freeze over super quick. I'm a big chance of getting some walleye. It's not going to be super hot, like I might only get like one fish in 12 hours, but I mean, you're still having fun on the ice, you know what I mean? Cooking food and sleeping, the whole works. Bugger, that could have been that walleye, guys. I just know they come in super shallow here. Let's go over here for a cast and we'll finish up here in a second. Yeah, a lot of people fish spinners here in Manitoba. I don't have a boat. I got a kayak, but I'm not a big spinner guy. I'd rather use a lure for sure. I don't mind using a fireball jig by Northland. They're just like a smaller, shorter jig with a bit of worm or a minnow. But with the weather the way it is now, the fish will be starting to come in shallow soon, looking to feed up before first ice. So I'm going to try and take advantage of that while I can out here. Also have a chance coming up to do a bit of river fishing. A spot about 45 minutes from where I live holds some lake sturgeon, so I'll be doing that soon. I'm still looking for over a 40-incher sturge, so they'll be coming up, and I'm thinking about putting a light on. I tend to stay out. Oh, big boil up over there. Let's burn this in. I knew there'd be fish here. So yeah, they'll be coming up soon for sure. Just cast it over in there, twitch it, get it down low, and we'll slow retrieve it back. Hopefully still in the same vicinity. Come on. We had too much snow. The snow is my Achilles heel when it comes to ice fishing. The old Sunfire, she's got no clearance. I've been in Manitoba for 6-7 years now. I bought that car for $1,500 and she's still hanging on, so I'm gonna keep whipping her until she's probably dead. But yeah, it's not the easiest thing to get onto a frozen lake with 2 foot of snow. It's impossible, so a lot of walking with a homemade kind of sled I made. But anyway, guys, sorry I didn't get you another fish there. Justin was with us for the whole stream, so I appreciate that, brother, and I'm glad you got to see that topwater chase. That was super sick. But yeah, no second fish, unfortunately. But I'm sure you've subscribed, and we'll catch up again another day. and we'll get you one. I owe you one. Oh, weed. Yeah, it sure was. Thing come out like a bloody torpedo, mate. That was so sick. 2 more casts, one along here because I know it's quite shallow there, and then we'll go across the reeds here and we'll call her a day. You too, Speed. Thanks for joining, brother. Spear, sorry, I misread that. Thanks for jumping on. Watch, I'll hook a fish here right now. I just bloody feel it. I think if I'd done like a night session out here with some lights, would probably be a chance of some walleye if I got some minnows and done like a walleye rig. Maybe on a nice night. We've got some nice nights coming up here, so maybe that's an option. The missus and the kid are going to be away on the weekend, so. Just be nice if my phone focused better. All right, guys, thanks for joining. Appreciate it.